The Moto3 World Championship is about to rocket into the Dutch TT for round 10 of the 2025 World Championship. Let's cross down to the track and join Susie Perry with the team.
It does sound like he's got a good following. Well, his cat almost as many followers as him, but yeah, he's, we heard from him earlier, on form again this weekend, despite struggling a little bit, having to come through Q1, put it on the second row of the grid, and he's just such a racer. When these lights go out, he's going to be getting stuck in and providing the entertainment. He's a quality racer, always has been, even since he was 12 years old.
You've got to think that this kind of track as well suits him down to the ground. Let's go to the third row, where we'll find Joel Kelso with Rachel.
Joel, you said you made a mistake on qualifying on the final flying lap, yesterday. In terms of, though, the pace, what do you think you've got out there for this race?
Yeah, I feel like I have good pace, but this will be a group fight today for sure. So, yeah, let's see what ends up happening. But for sure we have the pace, so, yeah, let's see.
Good luck today, thank you.
Yes.
Get stuck in, Joel, from the third row. Let's talk about the pole man, Jose Antonio Rueda, who is leading the championship. And he got pole position yesterday. It was controversial, I think it's fair to say, in the way that he did it, Sylvan.
Well, the pole position lap was not controversial. It was stunning, but this is what he did after setting up his fast lap. Yeah, he clearly, you know, went into the gravel into turn one. Then was sort of cruising for a couple of sectors.
Creating yellow flags, essentially, and did it twice,
and then creating another yellow going into the gravel in turn 8. So yeah, not what we want to see, really. And yeah, it was, in my opinion, really lucky not to get a really strong penalty today. So yeah, I hope we don't see that in the future again.
Yeah, we're looking at him now, and what we believe is that they have had a word, Race Direction have had a word with the team and have said, look, we know what's going on here. There's not a specific rule, but don't do it again.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for the stewards to police because it's hard to prove, but obviously going down there, wrapping the knuckles, we're keeping an eye on you. Don't do it again, otherwise we'll find a loophole, we'll find a rule to give you a proper penalty. So yeah, Rueda, very unsporting how he's conducted it. We've seen him do it earlier in the season at Aragon as well, but yeah, Simon Crayfire and the boys have got their eyes on him.
Dennis Foggia there, we were seeing going from the third row. Let's go back up to the front row. Alvaro Carpe is chatting to Rachel.
Alvaro, it's been a slow burner of a weekend for you. Obviously, it's taken you quite a while to make it here to the front row. I read that you said you've got an unbeatable method with this team. What does that mean, and what does that mean for this race?
Yeah, we are having a very good team job, teamwork. Sorry, but yeah, it's an important thing that to have a good relationship into the box. Then in this case it's possible we have, and during all the sessions we try to help each other the most as possible, and I think we are doing very good in this front row, the both. It's not the first race we do. I hope to be similar on the end of the race.
Good luck today, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Michael Alvaro Carpe, hard racer.
He is talking a lot more now on the grid as well, relaxing into his role as a proper championship contender. He's impressed us pretty much every race this season, working together with Jose Antonio Rueda, his more experienced teammate. Carpe has been such an impressive rookie, and yeah, I think he'd be in the mix here for definitely podium honours, but he's got good racecraft as well for the victory.
David Almanza lines up on the front row as well, just to complete that trio. What have you made of his race pace this weekend?
Really good, looking really good, and yeah, just looking great, just like he did in Mugello last time around. So yeah, he's got a great pace. The Honda looks like it's working really well as well around here with this you know, fast average speed, fast corners type of layout in Assen. So yeah, him and Furusato on the both on the Hondas will be, you know, fighting at the front.
Yeah, we've got Ryusu Yamanaka as well going from the second row. Guido Pini had the luck of the racing gods last weekend out going from the third row. Yeah,
Guido's had a little bit of misfortune again this weekend, been in the gravel a few too many times. I think he's got a bit too much pressure on his shoulders because he's been lauded as this next Italian talent. He certainly is, but right now it's not going his way. But yeah, hopefully in this race from the third row of the grid he can make an impact.
It should be a great race, this, because we've got some really quick riders from the back. It's going to be a fascinating first lap, Michael.
Yeah, Luca Luneta's one who springs out. He's such a good racer, and he's languishing, as is David Munoz back on the fourth row of the grid, fifth row, sorry. So yeah, there's going to be some performances where riders are coming through, but as Joel Kelso said, we expect a group race here. Slipstream effect plays a lot here in Assen.
David Munoz from 14th. Well, that's all you need to know about the start of this race, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're looking forward to the start, which is coming up shortly for the Moto3 TT Assen. It's round 10 of the Moto3 World Championship in 2025. Here's your starting grid with Jose Antonio Rueda on pole position, Alvaro Carpe in second, and David Almanza finishing in third position as well. Fourth on the grid takes us to Tayo Furusato, Rusu Yamanaka in fifth, Maximiliano Queilas, who won his first race last time out in Mazzano, runs in sixth. Alongside him as well, then will be Pini, Kelso, Dennis Foggia in ninth, Peroni in 10th, Caro, Rossi, Fernandez, Munoz, Ogden, Piqueras, Rulestone, Luneta, Nepa, Barassi, Uratai, Conrad Buchmann as well down in 22nd, then Deltweller, Arizzo as well down there, as well as Eddie O'Shea and Jacob Wilstello as well down into the last position on the grid in 26th. The field run away onto the warm-up lap. Let's check in with our commentary team as well with, it's going to be Neil Hodgson alongside Gavin Edmond.
Racing here in Assen. You came here first, if I'm not mistaken, in 1993. Can you think, in all those years of 125s or Moto3, can you name a bad race in the lightweight class here?
That does not exist. It has not happened. I mean, this track it was designed for the smaller bikes. These long straights that have got the flat-out kinks. We've seen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abreast on last lap. So, you know, it's an amazing circuit, and yeah, I've got a feeling we're in for a cracker.
Normally I would say, oh no, that's done it, that's commentators cursed it, but I'm not worried about it. I'm
confident this will be an absolute cracker, just like Mugello.
Yeah, and it's these sorts of places where you come out of a tight corner strip and you will see them fan out. Look how fast they go into the Ruskenhub, which is turn 6 on the corner. Look at it, it's pretty much flat off, flat out.
They'd be flat out on one of these, absolutely. Yep. Then into turn 7.
Fast left-hander where Marc Marquez crashed earlier this weekend. Again, you'll see people run fast through there, run a little bit deep, then into the Steckerval here. People will go tight on the inside, a little bit banked, and they think, yeah, they are quite aggressive in the Steckerval sometimes.
Yeah, it's just the design of this part of the track is perfect because it's wide open, sweeping bank corners. The racing line literally invites a pass, and that section that you just pointed out is key to this track, really.
You say design. This wasn't done on a computer, was it?
No, absolutely. This was designed before there were computers, yeah. Gavin. And isn't it a little gem? It's such an amazing feeling going through these flat-out kinks on a Moto3, on a MotoGP bike, not quite flat out.
The 12 at the back there is the Mir van Meer. Here's the Hugger Hyder. You'll hear us talk about it during the race, turn 13, and they will be 3, 4 abreast as they come here into the Ram's Hook. Before one of the best final sections, the right of the Hurt Timmer chicane, and this will undoubtedly have an outcome of who wins this race.
Yeah, one of the best, absolutely one of the best. Last second.
It is the fantastic circuit here as we get ready to go. Revs are up then, we're ready for a start. The green flag is given at the back. Rustella's right at the back, ready for the start. The Moto3 Grand Prix is under starters' orders. Lights out, we're underway. A little bit of a rook up as well, back from Almanza, but it's a perfect getaway as well from the front row. Alvaro Carpe gets ahead of Antonio Rueda in towards the first corner, coming through as well. Yamanaka, and unfortunately, stalling at the line goes as well for Pini. He's dropped right back to the back. If we can even get it restarted. So into the lead of the race then has gone Alvaro Carpe. Yamanaka in second, Rueda taking in third position as they come through into turn 4. The first time that we go left on this circuit. back up they go. We've lost audio from the trackside commentary. There we see now coming through. The 83 in the lead of the race. And surprisingly, an okay start. I was expecting a lot more of a accident-prone session, but they've all managed to get through safely. This time by Prix stalling. Everyone avoided him, but he was right in the centre as Ricardo Rossi drops down into 21st position. Through we go again. Look at Almanza looking through on the inside on Alonso, and Quaylas still in a little bit of a battle. And that, I think, is Pini, I think, out of the race as well. If that bike has stalled and it won't restart, the IRTA will not allow him to take part again in the race. They'll put him out of contention. Carpe still in it. Rueda's in the mix. We've got about 7 riders in a battle coming through Rushken Hook as well towards the chicane, and this is where it gets a little bit dangerous if they're not careful. Into the lead then, Rueda takes it back away from Carpe, and coming around the outside, Almanza in a little bit of a frenzy. Yamanaka and Quaylas dropped down to 9th place as well on that little run, so he's out of position early stage. Lap 1 complete then. 19 to go over the line. Rueda, Carpe, Almanza, Munoz, Perez, Quaylas, Yamanaka, Furasato, Kelso, Piqueras into 10th position. As again, Almanza looks to the inside line of Alvaro Carpe in towards turn 3. Very close for comfort. Now into the first time we go to the left at 4. And Quaylas having a little look. Munoz up 10 places from where he started. Piqueras up 6, Linetta 5. As Almanza moves up the order as well into 2nd position. Good start then from everybody so far as the racing action continues on.
Cut to the inside.
Yeah. And like I say, it's such a technical part of the track, turn 4 into turn 5. We've seen contact there so many times over the years. We've seen it actually this weekend in some practice sessions as well, so you have to be careful through there.
See bunching up again. Joel Kelso is the bridge between the two groups that have formed, and actually Angel Piqueras right with him. So Piqueras was on pole here last year and got involved in the race at the front, so I'd expect him to come through. And again, we've got huge contact there. Always the Steckerbell. It always happens through there. People get brave through the Rushken Hook, and there's contact. And Carpe, having been leading moments ago, is now back, and he's way back behind Marcos Uriarte.
Yeah, he was lucky to stay on. He went right to the edge of the curve, nearly ended up in the gravel. So yeah, that's he's dodged one there, definitely. He will work his way forward, though. He's had fast race pace all weekend, even though he's all the way back in, where's he down to?
Right, he's now in 18th. 18th. He had to go through Q1, didn't he? They lost the first practice because of rain, and then it was all a bit of a catch-up, but then he was quick, wasn't he, in the next 2 practices? Carpe as Quiles tries to turn underneath David Munoz.
I mean, it's such a fast corner through there. It's 120 miles an hour, and Munoz is 2 millimetres off the rider in front of him.
Incredible shot. Care. So across the line we go again. Fastest rider on circuit is Max Quiles, and then Jacob Ralston it is at the back of the group. And just like in Mugello, we could have predicted this, but we have a fairly sizable group at the front. In fact, everyone's still in it. Leo Abruzzo, who's in this weekend for MLab for the first time as replacement for the injured Vicente Perez. He's still in this group, effectively, right at the back of the field.
Yeah, so battle still going on then, early staging in this race as they come into it. So Pini did not start, he's officially a retirement in this race. Zoraida still has it, but Maximilian Quaylas has taken the lead away now. So the advantage still coming from the back half of the KTM squad. But Quaylas took victory last time out in Mugello, his first ever win. It's not hard, there's only 3 winners in the Moto3 field. Everybody else takes in turns this year. Rueda running away with the championship battle as they come through.
Soupy out there, doesn't he? Has a big moment down into Mandeville.
What a great shot of it as well. On the throttle a little bit too early, the rear stepped out. Quick reactions from the young 17-year-old.
And he loves corner speed. There's something about it, doesn't he? The way he runs out wide there, but he
barged out of the way.
A little elbow from Jose Antonio Rueda, and again, look how close Munoz is to the rear wheel of Rueda. Then Almanza on the inside of David Munoz. And he made sure there was no way through for Munoz there.
I tell you what, Almanza, I've never seen him look like this. He's looked strong all weekend. Same in Mugello, but he looks really aggressive. He's not known for his aggression, but he looks like a different rider. I'm talking about number 22 who's in 2nd place.
He did have a fastest lap, but then it's been surpassed by Alvaro Carpe, who's now up to 15th, just got through on Scott Ogden, who's in the points at the moment, but you see everyone is still in this race.
Good opportunity for Scott though. You get someone like Carpe come past you and you know he's going to be aggressive. Just try and get your claws into him, stick on his back wheel, and hopefully he opens a few doors for you.
There you are. He's
that's exactly what he's doing.
The Strubben.
Yeah, getting in slipstream with him. Don't try and pass him. That sounds strange, but genuinely don't, because you know he's got the pace to drag you forward.
On board with Joel Kelso, looking at Angel Piqueras behind. 7th and 8th now for the Aussie and for the young starlet, who's just off the boil at the moment in Moto3. You feel like he's just going through a sticky patch.
Piqueras?
Yeah,
definitely.
A confidence thing. He'll be annoyed. He'll be expecting to win this championship. He's expecting to win every race. He talks like that. He's bolshy. He's got something about him as Angel Piqueras.
Yeah.
We all talked about as our title favourites at the start of the year, and I'm sure he'll come back. But it's just maybe a bit of crisis of confidence.
Well, just had that bit of shine taken off him by Rueda's speed and consistency. But I think the big one is Max Keeler's joining the championship late due to his age, only just turning 17, and just being the sensation. He's the talking point.
Well, victory after victory after victory coming in as well for Quaylas that comes across the line as well. Still in the battling positions as we stand. So it is Rueda leading the race. Armando in second. It's shaping up to be a very typical Moto3 race where they all sort of bunch up together with congestion for about 15 laps, and then bam, the last 5 is going to be absolute hell. Which kind of makes sense, really, as Perez tries to go around the outside of Munoz. Hasn't worked out the way that he wanted to. Had to lift off and almost let himself vulnerable to Yamanaka. Adrian Fernandez gets ahead of Joel Kelso. And Foggia still running in 9th place. They come through turn 8 now, all in that inside line. No jump starts, at least. That's something from race control to give us the information as we fly in here for the Dutch TT. Oh, there was contact as well. That was Piqueras and for Sato, but there was secondary contact as well coming in with Willstone. Just slight contact between the two. That 5 of 20. Rueda leading and with a comfortable margin. Believe it or not, 0.081 seconds, but in Moto3 that is a comfortable margin. However much they're going to just try and hold it back together and keep the action going. On the inside line, late on the brakes as well. The field just doing 11s on each other. It's unbelievable how much they're swapping around.
Looking for an opportunity.
Just look at them here
but
now.
It's pass or be passed.
Yeah.
It is that. It's like, if you hesitate and think, oh, I'll just wait and think about the next corner, boom, someone's up the inside of you.
And there it goes. Max Keeler comes through. Ryusei Yamanaka comes through and up into 4th past Munoz. Don't worry, Munoz will be back sooner rather than later. At the back of the group, you could just see Alvaro Carpe starting to make more progress. He's up to 14th place now. Still got Scott Ogden right behind him.
They won't need to pay attention now, though, because Rueda's done a clean lap there, and it's not much of a gap, but it is a gap.
Yeah, they all need to now have a think about it.
Just be patient.
Put a check on it.
Exactly. You don't want to be doing a silly move now into turn 5.
What you mean, Almanza and Ryusei Yamanaka side by side coming through Osnabrücken? Just need to work here a little bit and make sure, because otherwise it's gone, and your chance of winning this Dutch TT are over.
So what, Scott Ogden's been having a poor weekend, but he's in a good place, just at the back of this group.
Yeah, now ahead of Furasato, who's dropped all the way back to 16th. Cormac Buchanan there in 17th, just outside the points at the moment, but they're all still in this group. In fact, everyone back to Tachikon Boisserie, still in this group.
Yeah, Eddie O'Shea's in it.
Oh, that's wide there from Ralston, but you're allowed to do that this year. In the past, that was a track limits penalty, but yeah, we have seen people go up and over there. I'm not sure necessarily it's the quickest way through.
No. Well, they've closed back in. That's the good news on Rueda.
And this is the sector where you can't get away because I'm here, can you?
Yeah, you just give off such a... By the time you get through this kink, then basically the whole you're kicking up, braking in the air, the slipstream you're giving off, look at it, everyone just gets sucked forward.
Yamanaka on the inside of Keeles. You are a sitting duck though, aren't you?
You are.
There's not really that much you can do.
There isn't.
Oh, wow, that's messy, isn't it? As Munoz launches it underneath Yamanaka down into the chicane. It makes me nervous. It's a great shot, isn't it?
It is
from the little crane camera there. So we go again. Furusato fastest on track, down in 16th place as Quiles goes through an Almanza at turn 1.
Yeah, but it keeps on changing to come through, so time and time again this race is going to be swapping over. Rueda from Almanza, Quiles, Munoz, Yamanaka at the top 5. And Rueda just holding off the race, beginning to have a little bit of a bubble to come through, because you can just sense the overall pounce moment that will come with about 6 to go in this race. So it's not over, it's not even beginning yet. This is how it's going to be a bit of a surprise to come into it. All over Ocean. Lovely. As they fly through once again. The steward says that Abruzio has been given a long lap penalty for a shortcut at the final chicane.
Furusato did, and we see here Furusato behind Alvaro Carpe now.
So Carpe's up to 14th. I expected him to be a little bit quicker through the group.
Well, Piqueras has got past him. Piqueras is up to 13th. You can make progress, you can get through, but it's not easy here because of areas like this. You get past and someone else can easily pass you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's been happening, I think. You want eyes on the front of the race as Quiles and Almanza come close, and then what do you need when you've just been moved to one side? David Munoz appears in your peripheral.
Of course he does, with that little grin on his face.
It's a scary grin.
Scary grin.
A yellow flag out in that last sector there, so I'm not quite sure what's happened. No debt pillar or something? Sure, on our timing screens it hasn't popped up yet. It is the Abruzzo. Oh, he's had a crash. That's a shame for him. The young Italian in for this weekend.
Impressive this weekend. Never seen this track, never ridden a Honda before, and he was about 1.2 seconds off the pace. Not bad at all for the young Italian.
Yeah, Vicente Perez, in theory, we hope should be back in the Saxon ring. So, at the front, Rueda leading from Quiles in second. It's all going off behind Rueda, though, at the moment. No one has shown Rueda a wheel. It has a bit of Aragon feel to it, doesn't it, at the moment? The Rueda's leading the way. You know, you are in a race like this. You have to get to a point where you have to start looking at the other riders. And
where you start to get, as the race goes on, you think you get more confident, but then you think, I'm getting +0. He'll be getting told how big the group is. So you get to a point thinking, hang on, they know all my weak points.
That's it.
Should I drop back and have a look? There's so many different things you have to think about in one of these races.
But then you put yourself right in the danger zone, don't you?
Danger zone, exactly.
Again, Quiles, look how close he is to the rear of Rueda through this flat-out kink. It's just incredible to watch the motorcycles through the Hoggerheider now and into the Ramsar. But tell you what, Rueda is strong through there.
He is.
Is he going to come under pressure now into the final chicane? Oh, round the outside, Max Quiles, hello. Well, that's one I've not seen too often here.
No.
He's going to lose the drive down towards turn 1.
I'm going to say that was never on from the moment he came out of the penultimate corner and he was on the wrong side of the rider. Oh, was that a seat pad or something?
Oh, contact with Almanza now and Quiles. Someone's seat pad flew off there, didn't it? As now Yamanaka attacks Almanza, and David Munoz says, thank you very much for opening the door.
Yeah,
and he kicks his way through it.
Yeah.
Still Perone's in there. It's the blue helmet of the Red Bull KTM Tech 3 bike.
We talked about this in practice. Over the years, certainly the last 5 years, the level of aggression, it feels like it's gone through the roof. There was always 1 or 2 riders that were, let's say, sometimes a little bit too aggressive. No, when you look at this lead pack, everyone is.
Quiles, you say, he's aggressive. David Munoz,
yeah.
Almanza is.
Almanza is, yeah.
Perone definitely is.
Yeah.
Quiles takes over from Rueda.
Fernandez really aggressive. Lunetta really aggressive.
Yeah.
Piqueras.
Well, everyone's being really aggressive out there today. I don't think that's not part of the action. It's just everybody's fighting for themselves in this race. So you can now see the lead changing again as we're now coming through. Rueda pushing his way through on Yamanaka. And Rueda's getting swamped now as coming through. So he's dropped down to 4th position. Adrian Fernandez trying to swing around the outside as well. Halfway stage of the Moto3 Grand Prix of the Dutch TT here in Assen. Furusato with the advantage at the front of the field coming into it. And still struggling and still pushing so hard away at the front. Sort of have to wonder what we're going to see next as Foggia and Kelso in a battle. Helicopter angles. Yeah, so it was bright sunshine an hour ago during the warm-up session. Now the clouds have just sort of come in over the side of the track. It's quite unusual how quickly they've come in. Hello, Sean says the leaderboard is going to tumble every lap, and the Greenwood Bond would say my predictions are the 99, the 28, and the 22 is the 1, 2, 3 order as well. So Rueda winning from Quiles in second, and Almanza in third. That's a good pick for the top 3 podiums, to be fair, in this situational run around. Still going strong. Massive Morelli says it's relaxed about the contract dispute between Martin and the field. Yeah, the only winners in this series, Maximilian Quiles, who's won 1, Piqueras won 3, Munoz has won 1, Foggia's won 10, and Rueda's won 6. That's 5 different winners out of a 26 field. It's always going to be the way, unfortunately, in this one. Side by side again in the mid-pack, Munoz passing Almanza. It's a real train forming, actually, as they come into it. Over the line, lap 11, we're past half distance. Munoz, a 1:40.791, has the fast lap of the race so far, and the race just starting to build up to the crescendo point.
Fernandez gets back in front of him. It's still Quiles leading across the line. We're past the halfway point of this race.
So many borderline moves going on, but it's all the time, every lap.
Fastest rider on circuit, Scott Upton now at the back of the group, so it just shows everyone's got first.
It's really impressive. 40.7, 30.7 would have been all right.
GP got all-time lap record now, pretty much.
A 40.7, that's, 2 or 3 tenths quicker than the riders in front, and it's some of these weekends you just get a bit of feeling in the race if you can work his way forward.
So at the front still Quiles leading from Yamanaka, Rueda there in third, Adrian Fernandez starting to look like he's up for it. Just to have a look at Piqueras, he's up to 10th now, Burasato 11th, Carpe 12th, after they all basically had moments and run to the back of the pack.
On board with Rueda there, you could hear him on the limiter as he led the bike in.
There was a lot this weekend, wasn't there? A lot of limiter action.
Look, onto the blue.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say though with Quiles is the curves are higher, so that's the penalty, isn't it?
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
Theory, you've got to go over these high curves, but it just creates these new lines. Oh, there we go. Adrian Fernandez pops his way through on Rueda through the Mandevane. And this is where it just all winds up quicker and quicker.
Oh, Leopard Honda out of that corner then. Fernandez had some speed.
Always been strong here, the Hondas, haven't they, with the flow of this circuit. Rueda showed a little wheel, and then as he aborted mission, he almost went into the path of Almanza coming through behind him. Rueda, whoa, that's going to be wrong, isn't it? Yeah, had to be there. He braked so late, but then suddenly found he had Adrian Fernandez in his way.
Yeah, and he's lost all the momentum out of that chicane coming down to turn 1. He's going to lose some more places. Oh, Lunetta then rode right across the front of him.
That's one of those, and it was always Valentino Rossi's strength. See a gap, I'm just going to go for it. No hesitation, no thinking about it. And Lunetta saw that Rueda was struggling and just went for it, as Piqueras had a thought of going through. But I was so impressed there with Lunetta, I'm just going to go for it. This might be my only chance. As Burasato and Piqueras do battle through the Strubben, just behind Pirone now. And actually, you see, they're right in touch with Rueda all of a sudden.
Do you know, when you're in a group like this and there's so much close action, you have to train yourself not to look at the riders. You have to look through them. You have to look at your spot where you are going. If you get caught, if you get a little bit of a look at someone, you end up with target fixation. It's a strange sensation, how you train your body to not look at the riders around you.
Carpe again using that Quiles line, shall we call it, into De Bull. Quiles would move up to third in the championship with this. You know, he said something in an interview he did earlier this weekend with Rachel, where he said, let's see where we are in the championship come to the end of the year. They've not written it off, have they? He's only done 5 races of the 9 up to now.
Tell you what, I thought of that interview, he came across so well.
Didn't he?
Because I believe he was saying, he was quite concerned about his English.
I know, it was better than you or I, wasn't it?
It was perfect, it really was. Clearly a bright young man.
Yeah, 17 years of age.
Great racecraft, great talent, a lot of feel. we've watched him in the junior ranks. We've been excited about Max Keeles coming into this championship. I knew it was going to be decent.
Scared at times as well, because he's quite loose, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
big wheelie out of the chicane though for
and it's
Keeles.
costing the run. Yeah, costing that bit of momentum.
That could have been caught catching a little bit of the serrations of the curb, upsetting the bike, and then suddenly your front wheel's in the air, and and another moment with that from Keeles.
High on the curbs. They're the serrated edges of the curbs as you get to the top point. Especially with these smaller Moto3 bikes, it's super stiff. Little Michelin, Pirelli slick tyres are pretty stiff. They bounce off the edge of the curbs.
There's a gap opened up, you see, to the back of this group between Scott Ogden, who's the last point scoring position now. Well, no, he's in 14th, sorry. Cormac Buchanan, who's in the last point scoring position in 15th, about 1.5 seconds behind. So the pace is being pushed on at the front here now, and that group with the Kiwi and Carraro, Ralston and co are just being dropped back. Could well get back onto it if they start scrapping here at the front. But Yamanaka pushing on the pace.
So racing action still going on lap 13, and we've got 4 wide coming through. Rushkin Hook as well, with Almanza dropping back with Fernandez in there too, and Quaylas will go through and take the lead of the race on the inside line. So there's we've got a yellow flag, sector 4. It's not Waweda, is it? Because he's dropped down into 10th position. Not sure. I think we've got 2 riders down actually. I think it's Caro and Buckerman as well who have gone down. Haven't seen anything yet on our timing monitors. Caro has crashed out, yeah, so the yellow flag's out in sector 4, and Buckerman is, yeah. So both of them have gone down in the last sector. So the yellow flags will be out now. We're approaching that 5 to go moment, which is the jump point, so to speak, where we get to see a few of the data really get feisty. Still side-by-side action as they come into it. Quaylas, and yeah, they're both walking away. That's great news. They're both okay. Almanza goes to the inside line of Luca Lanetta, takes 2nd position away. So Maximum and Quaylas leads this race. Did he touch the blue? Yeah, he's gone off the track. So that'll be a track limits warning coming through. Breaking news, Aprilia and Jorge Martin are at loggerheads because one believes that they have a contract, the other does not. So Martin thinks he doesn't have a contract, whereas the team down there at Aprilia think he does have a contract. So it's getting a little bit messy down there for the world champion Jorge Martin. Lap 14 of 20 though. Quaylas and Almanza, Lanetta, Munoz coming through as well.
They should just let him go. He doesn't want to be there.
They should just let him go. They shouldn't want to be there. Hello, Megan. Watching in the background. Yep, 6 to go. Got to start pushing. Got to start finding the energy time now as we come into it.
The fingers times, but watching there as Keeles leads them through once more. They were 2 abreast, weren't they? Right in the middle of the corner. We have got 6 laps to go in the Moto3 Dutch TT here in 2025, and we are still no closer to knowing who's going to run out victorious in it.
Well, with 5 laps to go, and Carpe's worked his way up to 6th. Done really well, hasn't he, actually?
Still not won a Grand Prix, and he'll be a bit miffed that Max Keeles, who he raced in Junior GP, who he raced in the rookies, is outshining him at the moment with his win last time out, and so Carpe will fancy a bit of top step action. Off the back of 2 podiums in a row. He's had a 4th in Silverstone, a 3rd in Aragon, 2nd in Italy, and a win here would be a nice bit of progression for Alvaro Carpe. There he is with the pink flecks on the side of his... Oh! David Almanza just barged through the side of Max Keeles there through the Steckermark.
I mean, that was a last lap move, that was a firm, and that's the problem is, yes, exactly, and I'd have done the same. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, 2 can play that game, I'll let my brake off and pick you up.
But it was wide as well, really wide. It was a bit naughty, that
I think it was mistimed, to be honest. I think it was a mistake more than he actually planned to pass Almanza.
Nicky Ayo almost can't watch this one.
Yeah, I know, he can't. Nicky Ayo, his heart rate will be about 40. Just sat there. Whoa. Carpe then had a look, and Munoz just stuck his knee out in front of his front wheel and said, no, you're not coming through here.
Oh, Perrone was really... Well, actually, behind him was Yamanaka, who was really, really close to his rear wheel. Hand up from David Munoz now, waving at someone in the crowd, or...
I've always found that helps at this point.
At this point of the race, stop and wave. Oh, the Carpe then just right through his leg while he's thinking about that. Quiles a little bit wider there,
really
and Almanza looked like he might be about to stop it through. No. Look at Carpe now trying to ride around the outside. Down into the inside though. Look how tight Almanza goes. Yeah. You've got to defend, haven't you, in that corner?
Yellow flags out in sector 1. Not sure why yet. Oh, I think it could be Taco Borarasi, who has jumped off the exit there. So we'll keep an eye out what's going on with him. Either way, yellows at the moment with 5 to go. Caro moving back up into second place ahead of Almanza. Maximilian. Oh, and 3 to 1 doesn't go. That was very tight. There is contact between them all. 3 to 1 doesn't go. Barassi and Eddie O'Shea have crashed together. Caro might get a penalty there for unsportsmanlike behaviour. He forced himself in between, and then Munoz, Almanza and Queilas all came together, and Queilas now dropped down to 9th place after leading the race, and now into the lead goes Almanza. Munoz might be on for a second race win here, as over to the green goes Almanza and Queilas, as Queilas tries to come back on the inside line, almost loses out, coming through the chicane as well to Rueda and Perez. Well, that was a dramatic couple of corners. I'll deal with it. Yellow flag is still out, 4 to go. Well, you don't know about danger, do you, until you experience this place. It constantly wants to drag you around. Let's take a look. This is Barassi. Oh, and Eddie O'Shea had nowhere to go. Oh, and Eddie O'Shea riding over the top and onto the back of Barassi. Complete passenger there. 14 riders in the hunt for the lead of this race, separated by around about 0.6 of a second. An amazing run so far, as Almanza tries to look to the inside line.
What MLAV has to do to catch a break, or Eddie, or the team, or anyone involved. It's, yeah, I hope they're all okay, Tachkorn and Eddie, but nothing he could do again, just like back in Italy.
Quiles is toughing it out there with someone. He's got, yeah, he toughed it out too hard.
Yeah, Lunetta and
there are
Fernandez.
times you have to, the throttle works both ways. You think, I'll roll out of this one because I'm going to lose out. I feel like Quiles has got a bit of red mist going on at this moment now.
You have to settle it down. You have to have your wherewithal
to be precise
at this stage of the race, as Rueda starts to look like he's got that. You are right about him. He is much more of a time trialer, isn't he? He's much more of a smooth someone. We have call it echoes of Lorenzo. He does run the 99
Rueda.
In honour of Lorenzo, but he's got that smooth feel about him, hasn't he? The way he rides.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just don't know if he's going to lack that little last bit of aggression through this part of the track on the last lap.
Oh, that's going to be so tight there. 4 abreast through the Rams hook. Scary stuff as now Quiles comes back again on the brakes. Oh, Perrone, contact. And that will cause a concertina effect behind it. Barging between Barasato and Quiles.
A fraction too aggressive, and that's cost him all that time.
The track limits warning is coming out. In fact, Quiles had one. Quiles had a track limits warning. He's just gone over one again.
Right.
He's right on the limit here, is
right
Quiles. He could well be getting a long lap penalty if he transgresses one more time. Oh, wide from Almanza now. And then Rueda needs no invitation. Carpe leads. Rueda into second. No further action, obviously, in the Poisri Eddie O'Shea, which was out of here. Obviously, Tachkorn just crashed right in front of the Brits.
Who's going on the inside line as well, as Almanza closing in as well, trying to find his way into the battle of things here. It's quite an exciting Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to shape up to be another one as they come into it. What's happened to Maximo Queilas as well? Because he's just dropped down massively. He's off! Oh, the first time winner from last time, Adam Magello, crashes out of the race. I was wondering why he was going down our timing screen. And now that has changed the lead in the race because Rueda on course for yet another race victory. It'll be his 7th, but surprisingly, he's first since the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. Hasn't won since then. They again keep on. It'll be 2 to go then. Rueda leads. Alvaro Carpe signalling to Munoz, saying, no, you come with me. We'll run it together. See if we can form an alliance, but I'm counting at least 13 riders are in the battle right now. Absolutely mad stuff right now in this race, as Foggia and Yamanaka making side-by-side battles between them. They've just got to learn when to hold back. Quiles has rejoined this race, but he is down in 18th position. Look at Munoz. I'm still saying Munoz got a chance to win this one. He's so far close. There is Maximo Quiles. Let's take another look at it. So it's through at turn 10 and the front just buckles underneath him. How lucky as well that there wasn't a bigger accident coming through, because it was right in the leading pack. Oops, Furasato's going to get forced out wide here as well. So Furasato drops down to 8th position. Lunetta and Adrian Fernandez goes back through. It will be a last lap. And Foggia's been given a long lap penalty for track limits. So Foggia will not be in 10th position. This is going to be the last lap, and look who's in 2nd position. David Munoz. Oh, big one! Oh, huge accident. This will be a stoppage immediately. It's in the centre of the pack. Furasato getting run over by their own riders. Lunetta, Fernandez, Furasato involved in that. This is the last lap of the race though, but surely a red flag. That was a big one. Several riders getting run over. It happened at the chicane. Just a drop of the front tyre, and 9 times out of 10 you're going down on the deck. And unfortunately, that was a nasty one. Looks like everyone's going to be walking away, hopefully okay. Lunetta, Fernandez, Furasato out of the race. So that's changed the leading orders, because look at David Munoz going for his 2nd win of the season. Can he find a way through? Look at Perez. Perez might be on course for his 1st ever win, and he's going for it as well. Into the lead, Rueda. Peroni in 2nd position. Munoz in 3rd. Peroni's had only, this is his 10th start, 1st season. Could be off yet another 1st time win, but there's still yellows in that last sector. 17 riders finishing this race, apparently from race control. Quiles will still score a point though. Red flag's out. Red flag on the last lap. They've stopped the race. So that's because of the coming into the accident zone. Yeah, so the red flag's out. Race is stopped, and Munoz going to go through under the red flag, but he can't. That's overtaken under the red flag. So the checkered flag's going to come out, and Jose Antonio Rueda has won the Moto3 race here in Assen. But the red flag called because of a serious accident at the line. That is Furasato being stretchered away, helmet off, looking to be slightly in pain. I did not like seeing that from the TV direction. The race will not be resumed. Jose Antonio Rueda wins again. The red flag comes out to suspend the race and end it. Yeah, it was late. A rider receiving medical attention in pain, and we had an overtake into that last corner. That red flag came way, way, way too late. It should have been an instant red flag. So, race over. And there will be an ad break in a second from TNT, and I need to go to the other commentary box, but we need to call the podium. So there's a little bit of a conundrum for you. Yeah, not the greatest run around there actually as well. Jose Antonio Rueda wins then. My thanks to everybody for joining us. We'll bring you news in Moto2 about the riders. It looks like they're all okay. They've been stretchered coming into it, but we'll see you for Moto2 in half an hour when we'll bring you the... Actually, we're going to go through. Being told that we can wait. There we go. I don't think there'll be a delay for Moto2. There's no barrier damage. The bikes can easily be repaired, so we should be fine for that to come into it. Just waiting for the adverts on TNT to disperse, and we can rejoin our coverage as well at trackside, and hopefully as well get going. But yes, red flag for a stoppage. I need to head over now to start the Porsche Super Cup race coverage, because it might be delayed, but it's going to start shortly, and I need to run away. Megan says she thinks it's delayed, but I still need to set up the OBS and put them on. Race declared a full result, 19 out of 20 laps complete. Jose Antonio Rueda is the race winner. So that is now confirmed from race control. Still not good. In my opinion, yes, it should have been a red flag, but it should have been a red flag as soon as it happened. If that was going to be the case, they should have just entered the race with yellow flags at the last corner and checkered it. It was the wrong call to red flag it at the last corner. Then again, I don't think they know what they're talking about half the time as well coming into this. It seems to always be a bit of a confusion. We'll stay for the podium, and we'll hand over to TNT Sports, with Gavin Emmett taking you through that one as the action closing in. But yeah, it was a nasty accident, that one. So, Rueda wins. Officially 17 finished in this event. So it has changed it. I really hope there is a delay to the Porsches, however. There probably isn't, though. They've had half an hour to clean it up.
Yeah, but they take half an hour to clean a car up.
Yeah, that's true. They've got a bridge that needs to be either put back up or taken down. Okay, let's hand over then to TNT Sports and all the action from the podium ceremony. And fingers crossed it's going to be a smooth and calm restart. We'll hopefully hear news as well from the team. Race red flag due to an incident in the final chicane. Final space, and Furusato is okay. I'm delighted to tell you the marshals and doctors have helped him. So we can now see how the accident happened. Let's go back over to TNT.
Welcome back to the Dutch TT. Good news about Taya Furusato. He's rider okay, we're told. He'll be bumped and bruised, trust me. And also Adrian Fernandez. But Luca Lunetta has been taken to the medical centre. This is it. Look at Carpe there in third. Behind Perona he goes. Oh, he has a moment.
He has a moment, loses the front, has to shut the throttle. And poor Lunetta gets... Furusato nowhere to go and ends up running over him.
It's hit him at the back, in his back, hasn't it there? Yeah. Furusato down, and then Fernandez again nowhere to go.
As bad as this will sound, you've got your back protector, you've got an airbag. That part of your protection is pretty solid. Well, it's solid.
Let's hope so.
The way the back protector is designed, to obviously get any impact, it spreads that impact all the way up your back. So obviously it's hard, you don't want to speculate, but it might not be as bad as you think.
There's Hector Testuri.
Oh, look at him, he's in tears.
Hervé Poncharal down there, look how proud he is. That is such a great performance from him. He's born in Spain, but got one Argentine parent. I forget whether it was his mum or his dad. I think it might have been his dad. And yeah, rides for under the flag of Argentina, which is great news for us, isn't it? In terms of having another nationality in the mix, what we want to see. David Munoz, I have to say, you know, we talk about all aggressive riders and everything. I thought he rode a really good race. There wasn't too much out of order there from Munoz.
No, not at all.
It's like getting through to it.
It's like he's made that mental change. Like, you know, finally, he's listening to people with experience.
And you have to give credit to Rueda, don't you? Sat back in the middle part of the race when it was all, you know, all hands to the pump, and then he got back to the front, pushed on the pace, spread it out, and that's why he's won the race. The result is taken at the 19th lap, and I think he would have probably won anyway. Nicky Ayo, more smiles from him. Well, we weren't happy with him yesterday, were we? A bit cynical with his run on into the gravel. But you know what? He's shown why he's the class of the field this year.
Absolutely.
With his 5th win.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. And he's been warned about that, messing around in qualifying when he set a fast time. So I don't think we'll be seeing that from Rueda again.
That's good news to hear as well, isn't it? All riders are conscious after that one. So we'll bring you updates during the day as we can on Luca Lunetta if we get any more information. But that was horrible to see, and it brought an early end to this Grand Prix, and the right decision, of course, that the red flag would be going out. Almost knew it as soon as it happened. Right, let's hear from first-time podium for Valentin Perrone.
Valentin, huge congratulations onto a Grand Prix podium for the very first time. What are the emotions like?
Wow, I'm really happy also for my team. We were working a lot. Also, I wanna thanks to Hervé, because I came from the rookies and from the talent. He know it that I never ride the Moto3 before, and he believed on me, and this is for him, also for my family. And the race was crazy, many overtakes at the beginning. I said, okay, I wait here on the P7, I'm okay, but I saw the group was like 18 riders, I think, and I said, I need to be in the front if I want the podium, and this is what I did. In the last 3-4 laps, I start to push more, to be more hard, overtaking a bit more hard, and finally P3 is a fantastic result. Thank you to all the people who believe in me and trust me from the beginning. Riders Formation, Mi Abad Mentira, I've been with them more than 5 years. Also to my team, to everyone, and also to my family.
Huge congratulations.
Thank you so much.
He obviously didn't miss a day at school either, did he, Valentin Perrone? He speaks English superbly. That's excellent. Great to see that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, thanking Hervé Poncharal.
Yeah, that's lovely.
It is lovely. And you saw Hervé there. That's why Hervé's been in this paddock since the 80s. He just loves racing.
What are we going to say there, with it being the 100th year of the TT? Thought you were going to be cruel. That's not like you.
I would not be cruel on Hervé.
Just having a look at Scott Ogden there, up to 7th by the end of the race for Ogden.
That's
in the end. So
second best result, isn't it, ever?
Best of the season. He had a
5th in Argentina, didn't he?
I think he might have had a 6th somewhere else. Anyway, it's still a decent result in the end. He was at the back of the group, but to finish first you must finish, and there he is. He's got good, important championship points. Best result of the season. Right, let's hear from David Munoz now. He's down there after
David, second place. I know you'll be frustrated not to have had that opportunity at the final chicane on the final lap. Overall, how do you sum up that podium?
Yeah, for the moment, I don't know words, because I saw in the last corner, I passed Rueda in the last corner, and I see the red flag. Fuck. I don't know, but maybe this race is for me. Maybe I take the victory today, but the position is the second. We will see in Germany, because maybe I need one step more on the bike. I need work more on the bike. But well, we will see the next week. Thank you to the team for all the work in Germany more.
A great ride. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, whereas Perrone's obviously not missed a day of school. David Munoz, you're in detention for that one. We do apologise for the language there from David Munoz. He, obviously frustrated. He wouldn't have actually counted, because there would have been a yellow flag in the last sector, wouldn't there, as well? So he wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, great ride. Well done into second place. Be a bit happy.
The ride was better than the interview. It was, I must say. But we'll see plenty more of young David Munoz
Yeah, let's have a listen now. Hopefully we can see. I can see Jose Antonio Rueda is down there with Jack Appleyard. Let's have a listen to him after win number 5 of 2025.
Jose Antonio, huge congratulations. Yet another victory as you extend out that World Championship lead. With so much craziness going on behind, how are you able to stay so calm?
Yeah, it was. The race was incredible, like Mugello, but well, we can manage as best as possible on the way and to achieve this victory again, the 6th of the season. So I'm very happy. I want to say thanks all of my family to support me, my team, for all the hard work, all the weekends. Yes, let's keep working like that and enjoy the day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jose Antonio Rueda there, extending his lead at the top of the championship, proving that the cream rises to the top no matter what's going on behind you. My goodness me, that was an eventful race. Michael, what did you make of it?
Chaos throughout. It was just attack. If you didn't attack, someone was up the inside of you, bumping, barging. Great spectacle, obviously, but I was watching it through the cracks of my fingers because it was so close. As we've seen what happened on the penultimate lap, it can go wrong in a hurry. Yeah, it was a great race to watch, but yeah, I had to be nervous throughout.
Yeah, David Munoz there looking a little bit disappointed that he didn't get the last attack. Coming from 14th on the grid, we knew that he would come through. We mentioned him before the race. Great racecraft from him. But what were your thoughts on the race in general?
Well, I thought that Rueda managed it in a really great way. You know, like he managed it like a championship winner. You know, started with doing the rhythm, then he saw that he could not go away. There was a group. He stepped back, saved his tire, and then went to the front at the end of the race. So yeah. I still, to me, I still can't stop thinking about yesterday, though, what he did in the qualifying. I still can't get out of my head. He doesn't need to do things like that. You know, he's got the talent and the speed, yeah, to win races in a clean way. So a great race for him. But like Michael said, really hard fights, and that rewards riders that are aggressive and put the moves on, like Munoz. You know, these guys they take risk, maximum risk every single corner. Every time there's an opportunity, they go for it, and around this track it pays off because that allowed him to stay at the front. And yeah, you understand him being disappointed though, because he had that move lined up for the end, and hopefully everybody's all right after the accident.
Yeah, we're waiting to find out. Luca Lunetti. Obviously, we'll let you know as soon as we know about Lunetta. Valentino Peroni on the podium today. Brilliant from him, wasn't it? Brilliant racecraft.
Yeah, he rode so well. I was looking at him a few laps from the end through turn 15. He was turning tighter than anyone. Ultra aggressive. He pretty much barged Almanza off the track on the penultimate lap. For him to stand on the podium as a rookie with so minimal experience in the Moto3 class, didn't do Junior GP, had a quality Red Bull Rookies campaign, came through European Talent Cup, and within half a season, Hervé and Hector Testori and the guys down there have elevated him to this status. But it's been coming. His aggression is clear. He's very decisive in those moves in the pack. The speed that is growing with him, as the boys said in commentary, to see an Argentine flag on the Moto3 podium, fantastic stuff all around.
Yeah, and what about Scott Ogden today? 7th, good result for him. His second best ever, actually.
Strong pace, and even though he didn't quite manage to make his way, step by step in the group, that was a really strong pace from Scott. I mean, at the moment, he took the best lap time of the race. I thought he did really good. He did better than I expected. So weekend where he struggled more in Mugello, he was really quick. Yeah. Qualified well, and we expected more. Here it was like the other way around. So yeah, you still feel like Scott is learning and getting better. So it was a really strong result.
And also Eddie O'Shea was looking pretty strong until that unfortunate incident as well. But let's go and celebrate the podium now. Gav, over to you.
Thank you very much, Susie. Yeah, they're just making their way up there right in front of the big grandstand at the final chicane. Good to see that Argentine flag, isn't it? A lot. South American motorcycle racing is in rude health, isn't it? With David Munoz, Diogo Moreira, and wonder if we will start to have more than one race with the arrival of Liberty Media down there. There's talk of another race in Argentina. We know Brazil's on the calendar in theory for next year, so we'll just have to wait and see as Nicky Ayo collects the trophy for his team. For the first time then, Valentino Peroni on a Grand Prix podium. Got a 5th place back at Silverstone. And in his 10th race, steps up and does it at the most historic of venues here at Assen. For David Mignon, important points. Remember, he had all that run at the start of the season when he wasn't getting podiums. Now he's got 3 in 5 races, including victory in Aragon. He is definitely starting to get the hang of the consistency. As George Villegas, the FIM president, hands over the trophy then to Jose Antonio Rueda, win number 5 of the season. He extends his lead at the top of the championship now to 69 points. And as is traditional here at Assen, you get the laurel wreath up there. It's bigger than he is up on the podium.
Champagne time here for the Moto3 Dutch Grand Prix, a fantastic event. Luca Linetta and Furusato are off to the medical centre. We'll bring you as much information as we can when we receive it. Next up, it's Moto2, but MotoGP will return at the Saxon Ring in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye.